Te Kawe-o-Maui Nature Reserve lies on the west coast of the upper northern Coromandel Peninsula, about 2.5 kilometers south of Colville Village. The land is owned by 11 individuals and covers approximately 97 hectares of native forest. Limited road access makes it quite remote and relatively undisturbed by people. The land itself is shaped like a big basin with meandering streams to the headwaters. The forest has never been burned off, and therefore regeneration is well underway. Beside Manuka and Kanuka, it contains mature and juvenile kauri, pururi, rata, rewa, tinekaha, puhutakawa, miro, and tawa. It has a large number of nikau groves, mature fern trees, lancewood, and five-finger, and overall the vegetation on the forest floor is healthy. This makes it the ideal habitat for a wide variety of birds, fish, reptiles, and invertebrates. Our vision is to create a unique sanctuary which is abundant with native flora and fauna. Our mission is to restore natural processes and species for holistic guardianship. To achieve this, we use minimal poisons and instead trap for introduced predators such as mustelids, possums, rats, mice, feral cats, pigs, and German wasps. Te Kawe is also the centerpiece of the Omangawha Kiwi site, which is a key ecological site and includes another 7 landowners spanning about 362 hectares and a variety of habitat. The site was classed a Kiwi hotspot by Sid Marsh in 1995 and remains so to this day. Te Kawe was one of the first blocks of private land in the upper northern Coromandel to actively protect kiwi by trapping for mustelids. Servicing of the 20 fan traps was originally carried out by volunteers, but in 2005 it was taken over by the Moihau Environment Group. Since then, we have added another 25 traps throughout the property to protect our precious kiwi. For nearly 2 decades, Te Kawe has had a limited and voluntary possum trapping program in place. On average, around 120 possums were trapped each year. In the last couple of years, 2 grants from the Waikato Community Conservation Fund provided the money for 80 possum killmaster traps, which mainly target reinvading possums. A grant from the Waikato Regional Council enabled us to custom-build a cage trap targeting pigs which were interfering with our possum control operation. Funding from the Biodiversity Condition Fund went towards the purchase of Kamate rat traps. Over a period of 3 years, they were installed in 3 15-hectare lots, and at this moment in time, 45 hectares of the reserve are intensively managed for rodents. Our long-term aim is to eventually cover the whole property with sufficient Kamate traps to maintain very low rodent numbers.
This is what happens when you knock your rats down in the first year.
Basically, you get a carpet of seedlings coming up.
This is an area that we've been intensively trapping for possums and rats for 3 years now. And as you can see, the amount of seedlings coming up is amazing.
Donations from the Honda Tree Fund and Project Crimson allowed us to plant puhutakawa, kowhai, kakabeak and tree fuchsia in an effort to propagate underrepresented natives as a food source for the growing bird and lizard populations. Attending a lizard presentation and talking to Doug Ashby afterwards made us aware that magpies pose a big risk to lizards. We have observed large magpie numbers on the neighbouring farmland, and in the last week alone have captured 11 birds.
Here we are in gecko country.
2 things happened which prompted us to conduct a lizard survey. A friend of ours kept finding the rare coromandel striped gecko very close to our property, and our small mammal indexing showed that we were really getting rodent numbers down. Our application to the Environment Initiatives Fund to run a 2-year lizard survey was successful, and in March 2014 we received $1,600 towards it. The two main aims of our survey are: find out if there is a lizard population at Te Kaui, and if so, what type of lizards are there? Can we find and monitor coromandel striped gecko in an effort to understand more about this very elusive species? After consultation with members of Trent Bell's Eco-Gecko team, we installed numerous tree wraps. Our first check is due in October 2015, and we are looking forward to what we will find. Night spotting was to be conducted under the expert advice of Doc's Rob Chappell, but we found that at the moment it is nearly impossible to get help from Doc out in the field because they're stretched to the limit. We received excellent advice from Doc's Les Moran regarding the purchase, setup and running of our pitfall traps. Although we didn't capture any lizards, we found lots of interesting invertebrates. Yay, got one! I thought this was a good spot. Trekking tunnels were set in trees or on the ground. They were baited with banana and pear or cat food. They proved to be one of our most successful survey tools. Currently, all lizard prints are being analyzed to determine what species we have tracked. Any skinks and geckos that were found over the course of the year were photographed, measured and documented. We have found out that Te Kaui has a lizard population that is representative of a healthy coromandel ecosystem. We haven't found a coromandel striped gecko yet, but we are just gearing up for our second year, and who knows, we might get lucky this time.